Okay, we're going to start with all the moisturizing. This is Youth's hyaluronic acid serum. So I start with that because it's super hydrating. And then I'm going on to another serum. I'll list all of them. I kind of just grab what I have and what I like. At the time, I try lots of different ones. There are a few that I always use, so I'll say that when it's one of those. This is a strivectin neck cream and like décolleté cream. Can't hurt, maybe helps. Slap some on. And I kind of always do this, it makes me feel better. A little eye cream, of course. I dot it on and like tap it in with my fourth finger because somewhere along the way somebody told me that was the way you do it because that's your weakest finger and it doesn't pull your skin. So try that. Now the Anastasia Face Hydrating Oil, which I love. This is one of the ones I always use. You don't need very much, and for people with oily skin, this is going to be way too much. But for me, it's a good oil before makeup because it really kind of plumps your skin and feels really nice and smells good. I like it. The Laneige, it's a lip mask, but it's just like a really hydrating lip treatment before makeup, and then always Lumify eye drops. Such a little secret tip, but they make your eyes super bright and white, and it does make a big difference in the overall look. So I live for those drops. Now I'm just combing out my wet hair, and then I'm going to put 2 products in it before I rough dry it. So the first thing I spray in there is this Tidgy volumizing spray. I would never have done this on my own, but my hairdresser does do it and it's great. And this is the Wow Dream Coat, which this is like a super humid summer hot day, and I'm going to an outside cocktail hour, so I'm doing everything I can to make this look last. So I doubled up on the hair product and I'm going to rough dry, smooth it out with a blow dry, and then curl it, which is like a lot, but it's going to up my chances of everything staying as long as possible. And it held up pretty well, I have to say.
Give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want you all over me. Give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want you all over me. I want your body, all of my body.
After the rough dry, I section my hair and I use like a round brush or a flat brush, doesn't matter. It's just trying to get like the root smooth and the hair pretty straight before I curl it. I have wavy / bent hair, so especially underneath, it's really like curly and I hate it. So I straighten it out. And then I'm going to use a curling iron to get like smooth curls. Give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want you all over me. Give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want you all over me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me, come on, give it to me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me, come on, give it to me. I want your na-na-na, all of my na-na-na. I want you, all of my na-na-na. I want you, na-na-na, all of my na-na-na. I want you, all of my na-na-na. I want you, na-na-na, all of my na-na-na. I want you, all of my na-na-na. I want you, na-na-na, all of my na-na-na. I want you, all of my na-na-na. Okay, now we're going in with the T3 curling iron. I heat it all the way up and then I turn the heat down a little bit.
always burn my neck when I do the bottom layer. See, did it right there. Be careful. And it's kind of worthless to curl this part because my hair is too short, but it just kind of smooths it. It's almost like a flat iron. So I'm going to go through and do loose curls with the barrel vertical. Sometimes I leave like the end of the hair out, sometimes I don't. I just kind of want a messy, beachy look, so I'm not being really precise. And I do use some kind of hairspray. This is a Kerastase hairspray. You don't need expensive anything. You don't need a fancy curling iron. You don't need high-end hair products. Use what you have, but just use things in these categories. Like a little spray before you use a curling iron is really gonna set the curl. And then if you rake your fingers through them, they're gonna fall out more. And if you leave them really tight and like banana curls until you're walking out the door and then do it, they're gonna be tighter. So you choose.
Give me what I want. Give me what I need. Give me what I want you all over me. Give me what I want. Give me what I need. Give me what I want you all over me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. I want you, na na na, all of me, na na na. I want you, all of me, na 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 na. I want you.
This little antique hand mirror was a gift from my boss at Epic Records, and I never would have dreamed how much I use it. If I go in and like check what part I didn't curl, there's always some funky piece. So I go and I fix that up, and then the hair is pretty much done. I'm gonna spray it with Oribe anti-humidity spray. Again, super pricey, doesn't need to be, it's just what I have. I also put a little hairspray on too, but again, I'm going ham on this hair because it's like 95 degrees and 95% humidity in the middle of July. So I'm doing everything I can to make it last. Then I use my flat clips because I'm gonna do makeup, and these will not crease your curl. Now I'm doing that same hydrating base, I'm pretty sure it's Bobbi Brown, that I always do. And as you saw, this time I showed you all the like skincare stuff, so there are a lot of hydrating layers going on here, and it's humid, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of powder and stuff. But this is an It Cosmetics, it's like a foundation but solid, and I'm just stippling it on with kind of a medium foundation brush. At this point in the summer I have a lot of sun and like sunspots and freckles and things, so I'm using more coverage than I normally would. Plus I'm going to sweat a lot, so again, just trying to get some coverage without a really powdery finish because it's just going to look gross and melt. So I'm trying to keep it dewy, y'all. Now I'm going in with a Naked Cosmetics concealer. I don't usually wear concealer, but I felt like I needed a little more coverage in these areas, so I went in. It just, I don't know, concealer always like sits on my skin and looks kind of cakey, so I usually won't use it, but I went the extra mile tonight.
All over me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me. Come on, give it to me. I want your body, all of my body. Come on, give it to me.
Now I'm using a brow pencil. I don't know what it's called, but I love it, so I'll definitely list it below. I got it in like the Allure beauty box. If any of you guys do that from Amazon, I'm loving that so much. And go in and draw in the brows. Again, I'm drawing them a little thicker than normal because everything's just going to melt off my face tonight. Now it's the MAC paint pot in soft ochre that I always use as a base before I do any shadow. And I do that usually in my brows, but I already did my brows, so forget it. And now I think I'm gonna do some brow gel. Slap that on, make them the way you want them. If you don't have brows like me, you can kind of make what you want.
Give me what I want.
Now I'm using the Stila eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use the base color. It's just like a vanilla, cream colored powder all over. And then I'm going to mix two colors for the crease color. This is going to be a really kind of light makeup night, again, because of the heat. So I'm not going to do a lot of detail on the eyelid. So I'm going and mixing these two colors with a fluffy crease brush, and then just kind of washing my whole eye in that mixture, and then going underneath. I should be, see? It's pretty, it's like a rosy, shimmery color that would look good on pretty much everybody. Now, because this is kind of like a summer shimmer look, I'm using this Anastasia highlighting palette, but I'm going to use it on my eyes, picking up that kind of rosy color on the brow bone, and then I'm going to use the bronzy color underneath my eyes. So again, you don't need to go to Sephora and buy expensive makeup. Use whatever bronzer you have or highlighter you have, but just use the same ideas, you know, like highlight your brow bone, put some kind of interesting color under your bottom lash line in shimmery nudes. It just looks pretty when it's summertime, I think. Okay, this is the Victoria Beckham eyeliner. I just bought 3 more on eBay because I am obsessed. My friends laugh about this eyeliner because it stays on for like 3 days, and it really, really does. So you got to put it exactly where you want it, but it's going to stay with you. So I tight line my eyes up and down, and then I go over it with a Q-tip to kind of make sure it's not anywhere I don't want it, because it is like almost permanent, but it's amazing. Now Blink mascara, which is one of those tubing mascaras, so it's waterproof. It will only come off with warm water. It's amazing. I am putting it on my lash extensions because I'm about to get a fill, and because I just don't care. So I put it on. Now it's the cream blush, bronzer, and highlighting trio from Hourglass that I live for. So just slapping some blush on, then a little highlight. And then I'm going to switch brushes for an angled brush for the cream contour because I do want to chisel it a little bit. And I'm putting it high tonight, the contour. It's a little more natural and a little more lifting if you place it right underneath your blush. And then going over my forehead, sides of my nose, my neck always at night. And then a dot underneath my lower lip. Here comes the Patrick Ta like corally blush that I used in the last video. Love it. It's a lot of color. I probably wouldn't wear this in the winter, but for summer nights, perfect. So I'm layering over the cream blush again because that gives me staying power and a little dimension too. And I like cream under powder, not the other way around, because the cream would slide everywhere. So this is kind of setting the cream, which is good. There's my old friend, the Hourglass Ambient Powder, which I always use under my eyes because it reflects without being shiny. So it's always really pretty by your eyeballs. Try it. Anastasia Contouring Palette. I'm going to go in with a contouring brush and go over the cream contour to set that. Again, this is the part where you look like a streetwalker, but it's okay. We're going to fix it. Hang in there. It's going to look amazing. I can't go in this palette without using the banana powder to set everything. So again, this doesn't ever cake, and it just takes away the shine in the creases of your face. So I'll always use that. And now because it's summer, I have this amazing Jane Iredale mineral sunscreen powder, and it was still bright out, so I try to always use sunscreen, and I hadn't put any on in the skincare part. So this stuff's amazing. It's a lot of color. I use the tan color, so I really don't use a lot, but I put it over top because it soaks up whatever shininess, and it also gives you a nice sunscreen.
Give me what I want, give me what I need, give me what I want you all over me. Give me what I want.
This time I'm using the Trish McEvoy line reducer. I always do something kind of dewy where I have fine lines before I set my makeup, and I just tap it in, and it kind of like plumps you up. Maybe it just makes me feel like I'm plumped up, but in any event, I like a sort of wetter finish in those areas as opposed to a dry one. Now we're going to do our lips, lining them with the Thrive Cosmetics liner. Again, I only do this at night, but it's pretty, and then I kind of draw over the whole lip to give a base for color. And I use this Bite Cosmetics lip primer. Again, it's pretty extra. It just gives a nice base, and then I'm just going to put on a Fenty Beauty gloss over top.
Give me what I want. Give me what I need. Give me what I want you all over me. Give me what I want.
Now it's the, I don't know who makes this, Tarte? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. It's a great setting spray. Put that on, and then I use the Patrick Ta aerosol highlight. Everyone, love it. Then I'm taking my clips out and I'm going out, and I'll show you the finished look. Hope you guys like it. Have fun.
I want you, na, 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 oh, na, na, na.